Ciao, Birkin friends, Birkin fans, and Birkin lovers. Michelangelo here again. Today we're going to talk to you about taking apart a footbed, a Birkenstock sandal. I get a lot of questions from the do-it-yourselfers at home. How do you get these apart so that we can rebuild them? Well, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Some people use acetone, which is a solvent which you put in here along the seams to loosen up the glue so you can pull it apart. Believe it or not, some people throw them in the microwave, but that could have a disastrous effect with the metal buckles. You have to cover up the metal buckles with masking tape or the blue painter's tape or something before you put them in the microwave. Some people throw them in the oven. I prefer to use a convection oven. And what we do is we put them in a convection oven at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then once, we check them every maybe at 12 to 15 minutes, we check them just to make sure. Sometimes they come apart a little quicker than others. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than 20 minutes. But normally 300 degrees at 20 minutes seems to work well. Now you need to be very, very careful. I did tell this to a friend of mine who used strictly acetone to get the sandals apart. He was having a really, really hard time, and so he decided to pitch the acetone idea and give Michelangelo's method a try. So he didn't let the shoe dry out after putting acetone on it. He just threw it in the oven. Well, it started to smolder and smoke. Acetone is a flammable liquid. And when he opened the door to the oven, it created a backdraft situation and the oven exploded in flames. Needless to say, there was nothing left of the Birkenstock he was working on. It was one charred leather and cork mess. We sold him a replacement pair for the customer, and the customer was very happy. They got a brand new pair of Birkenstocks out of it, and my friend will never make that mistake again. So no acetone in the oven. So basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take the shoe, the way it is, the sandal, clog, London, any of the Birkenstocks where it's all glued together on a traditional Birkenstock footbed. Not the bend or the talon or any of those type, but just the sandal-based products, the London or the Boston or the Tokyo, those types of products. So you're gonna take the Birkenstock, throw it in the oven, set it for 300, and hit start. Don't forget to set your timer. Hey Siri, set timer for 20 minutes. Okay, Siri will let me know when it's ready to go, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. Okay, looks like our timer just went off. Siri's letting me know that it's time to take the shoe out of the oven. Siri, timer off. Okay, so as I was saying, the timer just went off. It's time to take the shoe out of the oven. I've got my rubber gloves on. Sometimes when you take it apart, it's kind of touching the footbed is kind of a gooey mess from where the glue was. So I like to put some gloves on so that I don't get glue all over my hands and it's easier to grab the shoe. And the buckles are generally very hot. So do not grab the buckles with your hands. You will learn, if you do, not to do that. I'm gonna grab the shoes and we'll take it apart. I've got my trusty pliers here and we'll go ahead and do that. Yowza, a little hot. Okay, so this actually turned out pretty good. It's gonna come apart a lot easier than some do. This one here, all we gotta do is basically just pull it. That's it. Pretty easy stuff there. You can see this footbed was in pretty bad shape. Definitely needed to have a new footbed put on here. It was cracked all the way across. You can see the signature 7375 on the bottom of the footbed, and that means that this was a narrow. It also says 41, so it's a 41 narrow. If it were a 41 regular, it would say 10012 on the bottom. So that's it. That's all we have for today. Pretty easy. Just go ahead and throw it in the oven 20 minutes at 300 degrees in a convection oven, and it works out really nice. The convection oven works better because it circulates the heat. That's all for today. Ciao!